Good evening and welcome back to Iridinod, where our collection of forgotten beasts is growing. I should check my audio is working properly because most of my laptop has been replaced. I think I need to turn things down very slightly. So in particular I've got a shiny new microphone, or rather a shiny new screen with a shiny new microphone built into it. And Gareth is doing his very best to cause trouble by looping the audio around repeatedly.
Oh, I'm checking the stat for you.
Yes. So where are we? As I recall, everything was fairly boring, hence my title of today's stream of "It is quiet, too quiet." But it may actually just be perfectly normally quiet. I'm trying to get eggs out of turkeys, which seems to be mostly working correctly. Indeed, presumably, if I look at my recent prepared meals, might even be ones that mention turkey eggs. No, doesn't look like it. Oh yes, there, turkey hen egg roast, as opposed to the eggs you get from any other kinds of turkeys. No, that's a goat cheese roast. Yes, made out of jaguar tripe, turkey hen eggs, more turkey hen eggs, and more turkey hen eggs. Right.
Yes.
Right. So, also, how do you milk a kangaroo?
With difficulty.
Yes, just check if is there anything interesting in here. So we were trying to make... Oh yes, we were making maces because some pesky noble wanted maces, didn't they? Yes, or wanted a mace. I think we're reasonably well off for weaponry for our military. We've been trying to clear the world of useful gems, which is involving a lot of digging. There are some gems we can easily mine, but I've mined out most of the easy gems, and we need to start building staircases up into... I think that's all the exposed gems on this level. Staircases up into higher bits of the caverns. That probably shouldn't be auto mine, should it? That should be designate all. So yes, because our main export here is gem encrusted trinkets, so it's kind of helpful to dig out all the gems. Yes, I think Dizziat gobblers are the male turkeys. It looks like we have a tiny bit there that can be mined. So then... Oh. And actually that should be an up-down staircase because we want... 'Cause, 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 Do something like that. Now, actually, I have no idea what auto mining is going to do here. Well, something like that's probably reasonable. Oh, except I clearly want to mine that out. What on earth does that line up with? It's up over there. Okay, we'll do that then. A green glass scepter, claimed as a family heirloom. Oh yes, we had someone doing glass making as their miraculous thing, and thus they are now a legendary glass maker. Well, I'm sure we have a use for a legendary glass maker, maybe. No, I want to go. Just check you've got glass making turned on. Yes, good. Well, welcome, legendary glass maker. No, that wasn't a green glass forgotten beast, though I'm sure we will get more forgotten beasts in due course. Goodness, this is an awfully tall bit of cavern with gems way up high. There's a nice lot of gems. Dum. Well, we're gradually getting more of these out, but yes. An awful lot of this fiddly, designate this as upstairs and this as downstairs and this as my lady's chamber. I'm accidentally auto mining mode. Oh well, it won't be fine because oops. In ordinary rock, auto mine does nothing. I screwed that up. No, I haven't, shockingly. not the correct kind of downwards. It's better. Oh, and you need to be able to get into there. Right. There's some more. Oops. Well, we better do something about that cave crocodile then. Where's he got to? Well, yes, I'm hoping for a vile force of darkness. The theory is that, like, we could then send them in to get shot by the ballista, and if we're really lucky, well, the bits that survive the ballista will get eaten by the bronze colossus. And that will make harvesting the goblinite a little tricky, but we do seem to be able to move the bronze colossus around quite easily with the help of kittens. So I think we could arrange a kitten that will tempt the bronze colossus into a convenient cupboard.
Will the kittens survive this?
Yes, mostly because the thing is, bronze colossuses are not building destroyers, I think, so they can't destroy a door. And we can lock and unlock doors instantaneously.
Right.
So you essentially unlock the door in front of the kitten, but leave it in a mode which means the kitten can't open it. The bronze colossus will walk up to the door, and then you lock the door the moment before the bronze colossus tries to open it, and also lock a door on the other side of the bronze colossus, and now the bronze colossus is sealed in a cupboard. And you can then go and fetch the kitten if you really want to. So, like, kittens are a perfectly reasonable way of moving Jabbera, a perfectly reasonable way of moving bronze colossuses about. Doors I lock rather than the dwarves locking them. So I just go. Oops, wrong button. So, like, if I find a door, I can just. No, wrong button. Oh, Q rather than K. I can just go lock. And it's instantaneously locked. But they don't work if anyone who is an enemy of the fortress has passed through them since a member of the fortress last passed through them. So they're not arbitrarily usable. Plus, of course, building destroyers can knock them down. No, that wasn't the right button. That should be a J. Right, we've got this Jabbera. We should probably, which has, I presume, just materialised, immediately causing trouble. But conveniently, the stonecrafter there is wearing an iron gauntlet, because I've been trying to equip everyone with some decent clothes. I mean, armour. Glove tundras, get that Jabbera. Let's see if it can be replaced with something a little more reasonable.
Where's my computer lightly state?
So what other gems can I find? There's some. It's a curious bit of structure. And work out how I go up through it. Those there will do. No. Generally seems to be best to actually start these gem mining expeditions from the top. That one is kind of holding the water in, so that might require rather a lot of care. Let's worry about that one later. That has a nice lot of gems in. Oh yes, I had as a thing that I wanted to do to build a wall there, didn't I? Which I've never got round to. So as to ensure that if I accidentally cut this tree down, I won't flood the entire lake bed.
That sounds sensible.
Yes, I thought so. Right. Pick another pillar. Yes, we successfully neutralised the pond grabber, and that now means that we're getting wildlife again. So wildlife really does work like that. Our miners are having lots of fun. Presumably someone will eventually pick up that cave crocodile corpse and do something with it. Eventually I'll run out of gems in this cavern. I'm kind of vaguely getting the hang of how to mine in this cavern now. There's a nice lot of gems in this pillar. So what we can do, well, what I've been doing elsewhere to get more gems is some really vigorous exploratory mining. So if you mine out 1 in 5 squares, you can see everything. And so I've exhaustively mined out a couple of patches, or rather not exhaustively explored a couple of patches that looked like they might be interesting. But it does take quite a lot of mining to find each cluster. So while the designation in the caverns is a bit tedious, it doesn't take nearly as long to find the things. Is that an accessible area there, or is that just open space? It's actually just open space, okay. That's probably a worthwhile area to look in though. Oops, stone face. What's our current wild animal? A giant olm. I think giant olms are relatively harmless.
See if the word relatively worries me.
This is presumably a actually no. Just get in there from there. And actually build the staircase at the other end. Well, that'll do. It's a bit weird. And we should actually mine that area, which I'd kind of intended to do, but forgot about. Not there. What? Okay, I can't quite go up where I thought I could. That's rather inefficient, but okay. What? Did something just happen? Oh, someone gave birth, which randomly teleports my map to where they gave birth. Not a very exciting event, really, at least not for me. I mean, it's probably quite exciting for the people involved. So what's going on here then? A bit of a lot of cruft here. Someone has been filling the world with cave crocodile teeth, apparently. Excuse me. Where are all of the cave crocodile teeth? I think someone may have spread a lot of them around. Oops. Stoves. Please dispose of all teeth of cave crocodiles. And also that thing. And a few other teeth. Yes, maybe we do need a teeth manager. You want a grate? Ooh, that's unusual. Thankfully, we have a manager, and so we can just say, "Oh, make us some grates." Or make us a grate, anyway.
Squawk. No, I think it's too comfortable because in a bit she's going to do a stick.
Right, that's all done. I should do these one at a time, otherwise I'm just going to get confused. Oh, there's a hole there. Well, that's not very helpful. Okay, that will do. I think it may be that everyone is currently bringing gems in and thus not worrying too much about the random corpses, which is fine. We don't have a food problem.
Oops.
Yeah, we could buy gems if we really wanted to.
Oh, I am not plague.
Excellent.
Do you want to go into a test?
I mean, I could go out and, like, provoke people, I suppose. Like, we are at least nominally at war with the goblins. Just we haven't seen them for a while. So, I mean, we could go out and, like, start demanding tribute from the goblins, I suppose. Go out to the smallest goblin hamlet we can find and say, "Oi, send tribute." So, like, there's that one. Could even like go right. We're going to attempt to conquer this. That would be a bit brave, I think. I think it would be more amusing to attempt to demand tribute from beach tops. Let's keep the gloved tundras here, but send the rough secrets and the seals of neutrality. Well, you get the difficult bit out of the way in the title. Right. Okay, I think I've just sent two of my squads off to try to demand tribute from the goblins. This may not go well. I have no idea what this will do to the goblins. Like, my kind of hope is maybe they'll send some tribute. I have never received tribute in this game because I haven't got this far in this version before. So I don't really have any idea how it's going to go. Maybe they'll come and attack. Maybe they will send me tribute. Maybe I will lose those squads, though, since, all being well, the number of dwarves we're sending is roughly equal to the population of the hamlet. I kind of hope it won't. I fouled that up, didn't I? That should work better. Right. Honestly, capturing this one is going to be a challenge because it's going to be so hard not to kill it. Forgotten beast Stospdab Tutuasotub has come, a huge quadruped composed of water. It has wings and it appears to be emaciated. Beware its deadly spittle. Which is all very well, but being composed of water, it may not be able to survive, like, contact with anything. Seb asks, is it held together by surface tension? Well, that might explain something, I don't know. So let's tell everyone, come inside, please. Yes, as Jacob said, fortunately, I've just depleted my military. I mean, you probably want to try to avoid it coming into the fortress, but... Okay, we're going to have to lock the doors quite early. Well, we should organise a kitten, shouldn't we? Kittens... Like, I'm expecting it's going to run into a dwarf somewhere. The dwarf will kick it and it'll fall apart. Where's it gone? Does still exist. Oh right, right. That's a cloud of its deadly spittle, is it? Yes, right. So it has spat at a dwarf, which may... Oh, the dwarf has dodged! Well done, dwarf. Dwarf is slightly surprised by this, apparently. I think that's a slightly surprised face. Maybe not. Maybe dwarf is just trying to work out what to do next. I think you can only go up and down stairs vertically, so I think it's safe for me to just lock the door, lock the things above it, lock the trapdoors above it. I managed to bruise someone by kicking them without dying, and indeed charge at them. It might be more dangerous than it looks. Yeah, okay, it's a bit dangerous. If you could panic up the stairs, that would be excellent. Yes, you've been bruised. I mean, okay, you have some disaster, but you crashed into the floor. But if you could just get up the stairs, that would be lovely. Oh dear, that was messy. I mean, I may have to send some military after this merely because this is otherwise liable to kill this poor dwarf, and I feel it's a bit rude to allow that to happen. Oh, right, too late. And presumably there are still plenty of dwarves out here, yes. And possibly the thing to do is to lock everything precisely so that they don't try to get in. Because if they come over here, they're going to get hurt by this thing. Until we've got the kitten in place. But we'll see. So I suppose you're presumably a member of a squad. Most people are these days. It's very fashionable. Or indeed you are. So now we could send like the Violet Tomes and the Rags of Winding after it. And since most of them can't get out, you guys... The thing is, there are so many dwarves out here, we're not going to be able to keep this one alive, surely. Not without losing all the dwarves, which I don't really want to happen. Well, they're quite good at dodging one another. Stabs the forgotten beast in the right wing with her bronze short sword, breaking away half of the tissue. Or water. You've managed to sever its wing, apparently. Yes, you have indeed managed to sever the Forgotten Beast's wing. Nice one, or something. It apparently stays together, even though it's made of water. Right, got one of its feet off. I think that may have just have killed it. Yes. Thing. Stosptabs. Stosptabs. Totabsotubs. Neck water.
Anything at all works.
Well, it's a bit of its body. Someone is going to try to move that. Well, you can try it if you like. Yes, it's clearly not quite normal water. I mean, one might hope that we could know who killed these forgotten beasts, but they apparently get listed as having gone missing. Possibly because there's no one of their own civilization to remember them, or something. Owing to them having no civilization. Okay, where is the person I want? This lot are all dwarves, it looks like. To be fair, I don't generally set up memorials to coyotes. Stospadab, there's our forgotten beast. And we also have a dead dwarf who will doubtless be assigned a coffin in a moment. Still, we'll leave that kitten in there for safety's sake. Okay, there won't be assigned a coffin unless we actually mark the coffins as usable. Do my Dorok thingamee. Can also have a gravestone carved. I will go. Clearly, I need to be a little more cautious about how I deal with forgotten beasts and civilians. Athel's spotted rims. Do I want Athel's spotted rims? And mostly I'd like to get a necromancer scholar rather than like ordinary scholars. No. I don't really need more people in general. Doesn't look like we can butcher the fragments of this. Maybe don't play right next to the rubbish dump, child. To be fair, radioactivity is generally not bad for dwarven children. I assume the giant olm is basically harmless, but yes, that will do fine. I think the various parts of this water-based forgotten beast are not actually able to be butchered. Just like we had in long ago when I had a pewter one, I couldn't melt it down. Wandering around going, where are there any more gems that I need to mine? That's nice until it meets another dwarf. Actually, this corridor is probably accessible, isn't it? So I can probably just do something silly, like cut a hole in the floor of the corridor. No. Oh, beautiful. Lots of gems around here. What else we have? May actually be possible to just climb across there through the tree. We'll see. Sometimes dwarves can usefully climb trees. This is going to give us a reasonable stock of gems, I think. How are things going over here? Nothing very exciting seems to be happening. There's a giant olm, but frankly the giant olm is just a convenient distraction for people.
let's turn to pot again. So we've got to be thinking things.
Oh! The world has passed into the age of legends.
Yeah.
Is that in the game's over, wasn't it?
No.
The things about nice.
No, it's actually a fairly unimportant thing.
It's not such a legendary sounding name.
I can't remember quite where it appears. Calendars, right. The Age of Legends is when the number of living mega beasts, titans, gods, etc. is down to less than 2/3 of what it was at the start of the world. So 1/3 of the mega beasts, etc., have died.
Okay.
The Age of Legends was a time when the powers of the world were fading.
Okay. Is this because you've been slaughtering them all?
We may have slaughtered a few. I mean, I've tried not to, but this one went and killed one of my dwarves. Because, admittedly, I couldn't get the dwarves in from the cavern fast enough. And the thing is that a forgotten beast made of water is quite easily killed if you've got any kind of a weapon at all. But I don't think it was us that did the last killing, because it was like some time ago that we killed that forgotten beast. Or possibly it's because we've just passed a season boundary. Yes, you usually start in the Age of Myth and then progress into the Age of Legends, heroes, and then various other things as history progresses. So, like, we still have some legendary beasts, but not nearly as many as we used to have. You know, we're trying to keep the forgotten beasts alive. We have a zoo. The age of sober objective historiography. I think we call that the age of civilization. So, what was I doing? I had a thing that I was trying to achieve, and I've forgotten what it was. Curses. Oh yes, I was wanting to check whether we got the slabs made yet. Yes, we have. Right. So let us install up here a memorial slab to an unfortunate forgotten beast, and down here to the unfortunate forgotten beast's victim. And a few logs there from the tree that got in the way of the graveyard. I mean, the giant orm does keep interrupting people, but It seems to be otherwise harmless. These weird slopes of felled trees, which kind of get ghosts of felled trees hanging in the air, which I don't think is meant to happen. Someone going to come up here with the slab so I can read it. Ah, yes, here comes the slab. Yeah, okay, we're not going to export enormous corkscrews. Right, and now there is an slab here, which, oh, yes, again, just went missing, but we do know who they killed.
Hey. Are you going to LFT band?
Probably should. It's otherwise you're probably going to want to turf me out at about 8 in the morning, so I don't breathe on anything. So this one says, struck down by the Forgotten Beasts, Stospadab mould yearling in the rampage of the Forgotten Beast, Stospadab mould yearling in Rhythmgates in the year 172, devoted husband and admirer of water buffaloes.
Are you going to do it now, or should I give you my parents' email address so you can tell them that?
Okay, yes, I have to. I'm afraid I have to. We don't make enormous corkscrews out of bone.
That's fine for the rest.
Right, I need to go off and do a precautionary COVID test to find out whether I'm going to horribly infest people tomorrow. And since it's 11:30, actually, I think that rather than pause and end up with a great big lump in the middle of this stream of nothing happening, though I do have a stupid way I could get around that, but I'm not set up for it, I should instead consider that tonight's stream is finished. We have sadly killed a Forgotten Beast because we couldn't get people out of the way fast enough. But we have at least got the kitten in place for the next one, so we can be slightly quicker. But there is still a bit of a problem that the main entrance to the fortress is close to the edge of the map, and the damned Forgotten Beasts keep turning up. Maybe I should wall off this edge of the map. I can do it all at this level, can't I? Project for next time, wall off this corner of the map so that the Forgotten Beasts don't keep arriving down here. Because that's a really inconvenient place for Forgotten Beasts to arrive. If we can get them to arrive further away from the fortress main entrance, then they're going to be less likely to be a problem. Might be a bit harder walling off this patch, but we'll see. Yes, Jacob, you have correctly identified the stupid way of cutting out lumps of my stream, which is to play music that will get a copyright claim, and then YouTube gives you a button for excise the relevant section of the stream.
Ooh, sorry, that's clever.
You can't otherwise it won't generally let you remove bits from the middle of a stream. Right, okay, so I'm going to stop for tonight, and we will come back and see if anything more exciting happens next time. So, good night all.